Hello Sagittarius, hello and welcome to your general tarot card reading for the third week of September. So Sagittarius, let's see what the future might hold for you. So this card is representing you this week. This is representing what might be crossing you. This is representing undercurrent, something that might be at the root of things. This one is representing the recent past. This one, your way of thinking. This one, near future of things that might be approaching you. This one, things to focus on this week. And this one is suggesting the best way forward. And this one is additional commentary. So, Sagittarius, let's have a look. You're being represented by Two of Swords. What is crossing you is Nine of Swords. What is underneath you? Five of Cups. Sagittarius, what is the matter? Recent past. Four of Swords. That's a lot of worry over here. Your way of thinking, Nine of Cups. Your near future, strength. Things to focus on, Page of Pentacles. And the best way forward? It's running away from me. It's Four of Wands. Sagittarius, this is a very interesting reading. For some of you, okay, I'm going to go with the flow. I think that's always the best way to do. Some of you might be overcoming some kind of difficulty. Some of you might be either overcoming, there may be a passing involved or some kind of illness. Passing within your close family, people that you know. So the illness might be to do with you, or some of you might went through some kind of surgical procedure or some kind of illness. Illness that kind of put things in perspective, that something was brought to the hold, and some of you maybe have a very close shave with death, or that wasn't, or at least a prospect of it. And I don't really want to, I don't really do health readings or anything like it, but this is coming through very strongly, so I'm going to mention it. And you being represented by Two of Swords. And you being crossed by Nine of Swords. So as you can see, none of those two cards are particularly happy cards. They're representing swords that are representing just our beliefs, the way how we think, how we perceive things, our projections as well. So Two of Swords, it might be representing you knowing things all too well, and being aware of things on some kind of cognitive level, on the level of analytical. You might know that certain things are a certain way, but then you might have this cognitive dissonance coming in, and you don't want to acknowledge certain things. So you might be aware of certain things, but you don't want to look at them. You don't want to look at them, and then you have a Knight of Swords. So you see that woman is blinded. And what's crossing you is Nine of Swords, and this person has his face covered in his hands. So once again, it's coming to some kind of realization, and maybe not wanting, but you might be coming to terms things that are not easy to come with. And you might be halting by the future, by perspective of what the future might bring. And maybe you don't want to accept certain things. You don't want to reality be in the way how it is. But what I'm hearing here, Sagittarius, this is your perception. It's almost you created that scenario, and the scenario doesn't look good, because you might choose to look at it from different perspective, and I think you will, and you're starting. But what's the undercurrent is the Five of Cups, is the lost opportunity, things that they were lost. There are things that are being lost, but there's still a lot of things to go for. And you have what's over here? A river, a bridge, and some kind of settlement, a house. So the question is, what is it that you would like to focus on? You might be not currently able to focus on anything else apart from what have been, and something that has been a lost opportunity. And you wearing a black, so there might be the case of you are grieving. Some kind of grief is taking place. But also this card is coming to urge to consider what our focus is, where we're placing our focus. Because if you're going to see, if you were to turn around, if the person would turn around, you would see those two cups still standing. So there's still choice, there's still opportunities there. Water is representing our emotions, our subconscious. There's a bridge, so we can bridge things. And we can only bridge those things if we're going to orient ourselves to see what is the future. And the question is where you would like to have your focus. And in your way of thinking, once again, there is a river over here, so it's emotion. You might be emotionally not willing to or wanting to kind of go into the outbursts of your own emotions and allow them to run, but you're willing to share them. And I think you're willing to go towards the future. I think you are hoping for something that is going to be far much better. And the strength indicating, if you're even going to, I don't know how well you can see, but if you're going to see the colours over here, they're kind of blue, dark blue, grey, and they going into yellow, the bright yellow. So indication is that the thing's going to start improving, because the yellow is indicating, or is representing the sun, the vitality, the kind of the, let's say, the daylight. I don't want to go to the great detail of what the yellow means, but let's say the things that are going into the brighter side of things. And the strength, you might choose to overcome your own fears, you might choose to overcome your own limitation, but equally for some of you there will be someone who's going to force you to do it, or they're going to help you. So it's almost, you know, for some of you there will be the case of someone who's going to be cruel to be kind. They're going to force you, they're going to kind of make you to things from different perspective. But for some of you, you're going to do it on your own. But things are going to improve because you're going to choose to have a different approach. You're going to choose to have a different life. You're going to choose to believe in things to be better. And what to focus on little things, on little things in your life, on doing little things, on doing things bit by bit. That's what I'm hearing. The best way of approach, I don't know, if you're going to be invited, I'm hearing about family, friends, event. There might be a wedding, some kind of gathering, maybe somebody would like to see you, or you being invited, you're going to be welcomed. So whenever the invitation, whatever this welcome thing is coming your way, you'll be able to do it because you're going to feel needed, you're going to feel appreciated. And you might not necessarily be like 100% ready for it, but the overall indication is that's going to kind of have a very soothing and calming effect on you. And I'm hearing bring something with you, offer something, give something. What's the additional commentary? It's manners. And if you're going to look at this room, there's a woman standing there and she's holding a sun. And it's quite unclear if she's trying to stop the sun from setting, or she's bearing the weight of the sun. In each case, it's impossible. We're only human, and sometimes we're putting too much responsibility, we're putting too much on ourselves, and sometimes we can break our backs because we think that it's our duty, it's our responsibility, we should be doing something, we should be someone. And this Manas is coming to tell you to recognize that we're only human, that limit to our bodies, we all have limits, and sometimes we have to unload things that we picked up on the way, and we carry them because we feel that's our obligation. So this is to give yourself I guess it's offload. I'm hearing offload, to give yourself a credit, offload. Not overdo it, not push yourself too hard, don't be so harsh on yourself. And I think that's what's coming through, Sagittarius, for this week for you. So things, if you might be just entering a better phase of things that are on the up for you this week. There's the overall message. Things are going to improve because either somebody going to help you to see it that way, or yourself going to kind of awake and realize that you can do it. So Sagittarius, thank you for tuning. Have a smashing week and you take care. Bye.